Hey, it's Robin Lavasser. Welcome to Mom Boss Monday, and we are still covering the taboo topic, money. I want to talk to you guys today about kind of phase two of what was my epiphanies around money. So the first part was kind of recapping survival numbers. So if you didn't watch that video, go back and watch it if you have a second. Just talking about what it takes to really run your household and your life in survival mode, meaning getting the bare necessities, food, water, shelter, all of those great things, gas money, those kind of things in your life. And then what comes next? It's really the stuff, right? So we go in different phases per se of life, and work helps that, from surviving to hopefully acquiring stuff. And there's this piece where it's like, I don't need anything. Yes, we do. We all know it, right? We all want to give, per se, Vanna Christmas gifts under the tree for your kiddos. You want to be able to go to a baby shower and buy a gift. Maybe you want to go on a quick getaway to the coast for the weekend, go to a zoo and an aquarium, all of those types of things with your children. What do we work for, right? Part of it is to enjoy some things in life, and money's that tool that provides that. Here's what I had to learn was that we really had to define where we were going to spend our money and what the ground rules were around spending that was outside of our survival. So for my husband and I, one of the things that we created were a few non-negotiables. And one of our non-negotiables was neither one of us was ever allowed to spend over $200 outside of survival needs without a conversation. Super nice to have an accountability partner. Now, you don't have to be married to have an accountability partner, but you do need an accountability partner because we're kind of crazy. We do things that we shouldn't do sometimes because we get that little burn in the belly, and there's this little bit like, well, I did it because I want to. And I get it, but that doesn't help. And then what we do is we want to earn more money at work without maybe earning the raise. We get emotional about having to stay home with our kids. I know I talked about that last week. Like, emotion comes into play because we're not setting ground rules to use the tool appropriately. And so having a few things like that. So it doesn't matter what the number is. It could be $50 for you. It could be $200. It could be $2,000. I don't know what your number is, but we had rules surrounding it. The other thing is we always had to work out new necessities, like a car, for instance, into the budget and think about it all the way through. And so, hey, I'm going to get a new car. I like the payment. The payments, I'm going to throw out a number, $299. But did the insurance change along that new $299? And how close does that make our survival number to having a new need to earn more? Right? And so some people, I'll see it, they pre-kids, those kind of things, they don't ever establish their budget, then they have children, and maybe there's a longing to be a stay-at-home mom, which is wonderful. But if your survival number isn't in alignment with you not being able to work, we're in trouble, and all of a sudden it feels forced. And so having knowledge of money is so incredibly important, having some ground rules, and then always rechecking. So money isn't something you check once a year. It's something you check every month, sometimes every couple weeks. For me personally, I check it every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks I do a quick look at the budget. We always identify where we sit currently, and then I want to keep my survival number under a certain number so that on a rainy day, on any day, we're safe ultimately, while still providing the life we want for our kids. And so let's talk about the need versus want. So the need sometimes feels like my kid needs basketball shoes, or I need a new purse, or we need haircuts, or whatever those things are, right? They're all things that are really valid. Then it's a matter of, I want the fanciest. Is it what I need? And it's okay as long as we understand what our survival is and if it's going to impact our future survival. Meaning, are we charging it? It's on a credit card all of a sudden, and we're adding monthly debt to our survival number. Now, the world's not perfect. Credit exists for a reason. Again, there's no shame in having to maybe charge something and then pay it off later. I'm not giving advice in that realm. What I'm telling you is that it has an impact, whether or not we like to admit it, on how we perform as employees and as parents and as partners in relationships if we don't have ground rules around money, if we don't have a better understanding of money, and if we don't have some bumper rails per se that keep us in line of saying, I really want that, but when I think about the whole consequence, not just that I have to pay for it, but what it really does to our overall budget and our is it a great decision? Or, gosh, you know what? I've saved enough. I can for sure afford this treat. We're going to go have a great weekend away as a family and use the tool that we worked so hard for by being mom bosses, that we get to then enjoy some of that fruits of our labor and just make memories that'll last a lifetime. That's my Mom Boss Monday for this week. I'll see you next week.